Hey everybody, thanks for watching. This is Recreation Park. Another back nine round here. About all I get to play is back nine rounds, and today I'm playing with a subscriber and friend of mine, Scott, who just hit that tee ball, and that was a great shot. Scott's like a 22 handicap that has been playing for a couple years now. Only really got serious about it in the last year, really. So that's me. I don't think I hit any range balls. So that's basically the warm up. I'm just trying to warm up the right arm. Didn't like my takeaway that much there, and that led to some other things. So this was it was straight drive, just not super long. So I have kind of a long approach in. I like that zippy through swing though, so that was good. Hit that to pin high, just to the right. So I'll have to chip. Scott had a hard go of it on this hole he had an awesome drive, but after his awesome drive he had a hard go. So here is this rough around here is pretty grabby. So you really have to be smart about it in order to actually use the bounce and not just dig it. So that was pretty good, not totally awesome, but pretty good considering everything. I have a reasonable putt for a par. Here's Scott.
Oh my God.
So that's a double bogey for Scott to start off. And here I am for my par. Nice. Really helps me make a lot more putts when I just kind of only focus on hitting the center of the face. Par 4, you want to hit a straight ball that fades a little bit is the perfect play here. So you want to hit straight at those silhouetted trees and then let it fade a little bit. And did that. So I hit a great drive here. And then Scott went and hit on the top of the ball and scampered over to here, and then he hit an awesome hybrid shot from there.
Oh, that's nice.
You see that a lot when people do that off the tee, and then they have to, and you always think, well, I wish I would have just done that off the tee. You know, I'd much rather be 220 yards down the middle. Hit a really controlled iron shot here that was nice looking. It just came up a little short and then bounced right. So here again, I have this kind of kikuyu grass that I'm going with, and this important thing to me in these shots, to make sure that they don't dig, but you still have a margin of error with them, is just to make sure that the shaft is standing straight up and down. It's kind of in line with your sternum, and you don't get it leaning too far forward. So that's another good up and down. So I'm even par at the moment, going to the par 3 hole. That was actually really smooth. That was another one of these swings with what I'm working on, and that was really smooth. And actually, it looked like I barely hit that, but I hit it actually, I think, about
What a swing. Look at this.
12 yards too far. Which is, that's Scott's white ball on the right-hand side. This is mine. So before I had met Tim, this shot would have been absolutely horrifying, because it is into a very grabby brand of grass here. So normally I would have opened the face and leaned the shaft a lot and aimed to the left and kind of hit like down on it slightly. And now I have the face square, the shaft standing straight up, and I'm sweeping it more. And it's just a lot easier to hit good shots and know how far they're going to go. So that was a really good up and down, third up and down row, so that's positive. Still have a couple spots. I think only 2 spots left at our short game school, so go to the link in the description. Scott hit a putt from that same position, which is what I would have done before. But there's the difference between par and bogey. Scott turns it on later in the round, you guys will see. Alright, so this is par 4. Kind of frozen over the ball. You can tell I was thinking a lot. And when you think a lot, you just don't move as fast. So something in that sequence is not going to move as fast when you're thinking. So that's the lie I have. Horrible lie in that patchy area. So really, it just is a management of expectations here. And I kind of want to be kind of tight with my grip to to fight through, because I knew I was going to have to hit that fat a little bit. But I didn't. That was good because it was in a hole, and I could have thinned that or chunked that, so that was good. So I tightened my grip a little bit because I knew the impact of that grass behind the ball was going to try to deflect the face. So turned what could have been a bogey into a par there. All right, that was a lot better drive. Down the right-hand side, fine shot. Here's Scott really trying to kill it. The thing I was telling Scott, because he asked, and then I'll tell you in a second. Hit a great recovery shot, though. Got himself back out in the fairway. The thing I was telling Scott is he's just got to be a little bit more disciplined in what he tells himself before he takes it back. You know, he sometimes tells himself to do one thing, and then sometimes right before he takes it back, he starts to think, oh, no, I'm going to try that other thing. 36 for my ball. Lie's a little weird. Should make it go a little left, and should make it roll out a little more. So I want to land this just on the green. Same thing with the lie here. It's, again, it's very wiry grass, and because of that, you could see I just put everything into it that I wanted to, just hit it way too hard. It did exactly what I said it would do. It went left, and then when it landed, it rolled out a lot for a 60 degree, but just hit it way too hard. And the reason I hit it too hard is because I was nervous about the lie, so you always put more juice into it. Yeah, so you don't have confidence. You usually get really zippy with those pitch shots. And I wasn't sure what that lie was going to do to my club face, so I just smashed it. So now I have that left for my par on this par 5. And just not really thrilled to be in this position. This is really, this should have been my birdie putt, but it's not. It's my par putt, and I'm happy to make it. All right, cool. So another par, all pars so far. I see you in the comment box. All right, so here is my tee shot on the par 4. There's out of bounds left. So, of course, I hit it out to the right. It didn't feel like it's drawn. It went right at the tree. Not bad movement on that and everything. There's my lie. So you can see this tuft there and then bare ground. And I got to go somewhat high. Same thing. So I have the same kind of lie I had on that last par 4. A little bit better this time. I hit it great, though. Oh, yeah. Actually, the shot on the other par 4 was a little tougher because I couldn't use as much speed because it was a shorter shot. That shot, because it was 105 yards or so, I could actually swing through it fast so that I could kind of rip through the grass a little bit. That was behind the ball. Alright, so lipped out the birdie putt, and if I make this, that'll be another par. So all pars today. Alright, good putt. Moving on to the par 3. So that's, what, 6 pars in a row. It's par 3. And this swing, when I look back at this in slow motion, this was a terrible, terrible swing. That's not what I'm trying to do at all. That was a little bit of that reroute thing that I've been fixing in my swing, so that was not good. And then the one thing about playing early in the mornings is you start off and the greens are 1 speed, and then the greens get cut, and then the dew gets taken off of the greens and they get shorter because they get cut in the morning. So it's you're dealing with different speeds as you're playing, so that's my excuse for making a terrible 3-putt there. I should not have 3-putted that. More than anything, I just didn't read the situation right. Scott hit a huge bomb. Absolutely awesome. Oh, and Scott birdied that last hole. I should let you guys know that. It was his second time in a row birdieing that hole. So awesome birdie for Scott. So he was flying high, and then he hit a huge drive. There we go. And I hit a very good drive too, shorter than Scott's. Yeah, well,
round's not over yet.
Oh, and Scott had parred the other one, so he's going, in the last 2 holes he's gone par birdie. This is an awesome, awesome hybrid shot. I really like kind of the length on both sides of that. Hit it to here, so this is my putt for eagle. This is par 5. Don't really know what I was thinking here, but I played it so far up the hill thinking it was really going to curve to the left a lot. It didn't at all. And you can see this green has not been cut yet. And left it way up here, which is a downhill putt. And that's really frustrating. So that's a par, but that's like, that feels every bit like a bogey. It was just really a waste of 2 awesome shots. So going to the par 4 18th hole. Same kind of swing that I made on that iron shot that I didn't like at all. It was the same thing that I did on that shot. Rerouted it at the top, and then I hit it on the toe. Barely missed that tree, and punched it into not too bad of a spot. So I've got about like 45 yards up this hill. Did not make good contact. I swung into the hill rather than with the hill. This one I am going to putt because you can see how much fringe there is and then how much green there is and how upsloped it is. So that would have been hard to guess at how the ball was going to react there if I had chipped it. A lot easier to guess it with the putter. Alright, so 2 over. Felt like I was striking the ball actually pretty well, especially early in the round.
Yeah.
And then Scott,
I was gonna say that's for 4.
Scott flipped it. He played really well the last 4 holes. Shot 1 under for the last 4 holes as a 22 handicap. So he was stoked to turn it around like that.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Click the subscribe button. I really appreciate that. Also click the post notifications bell. And I'll talk to you later. I'm just laughing because I remember what Scott was saying at the end of the round. Thanks for watching, everybody. Later. Bye.